Okay, hi everyone. Welcome to our live stream that will be focusing on accounting. I don't know if you're like me, but I'm not very sure about what accounting entails as a course and the progression which you can go to. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in Leroy, who's going to introduce himself, his industry experience, and president and present on his area. So hi Leroy.
Hi, how you doing, Victoria?
I'm good. It's getting to the end of the evening for me. I can't get my words out. So, without further ado, if you just introduce your role at Leicester College and your industry experience in accounting.
Thank you very much, Victoria. So my name's Leroy Williams. I'm the program lead at Leicester College for AAT. I've got quite a significant background in accounting. I've worked for local government quite a lot for Nottingham City Council as an internal auditor and accounting technician. And I've also worked for Broxton Borough Council as an auditor. So I've got quite a lot of experience. So when I'm teaching AAT, I'm able to really go back on those experiences and give the students live examples. So it's a very interesting course, very exciting, and I'm glad to be a part of this live stream.
Fantastic, Leroy. It's really good to see that you're bringing your industry experience and passing that on to those who want to go into that career field. I think that's not a lot what we get nowadays because a lot of teachers do go straight from university into teaching, but you have that industry background, which also supplements their learning. So without further ado, I'm going to bring in your presentation and you can go ahead and present.
Okay, so thank you very much. So as I said, the name's Leroy Williams and I'm the program lead, and I'm going to take you through what the course entails. Okay, next slide, please. So AAT is divided into two. You've got the diploma and you've got the certificate, okay? So with the diploma, you've got 8 core units and you've got 1 synoptic unit, and that's equivalent to 4 GCSEs. At level 2, you've also got the day release. The more mature students tend to be the one that apply for this particular course. And it's 5 core units, 1 synoptic unit, and it's equivalent to 3 GCSEs. And can I just add that whichever route you tend to go for, whether it's going to be the full-time with the 8 units or the part-time one, day release one with 5 core units, it still entitles you to go on to the next stage of AAT level 3. So they're both recognized as qualification that let you go progress to the next stage. Next slide, please. Thank you. So I'm just going to go into a bit more detail about the two different levels that we've got. So you've got the full-time course. So the courses units that you take in that course are bookkeeping transactions, bookkeeping controls, elements of costing, using accounting software, and in the AAT we use Sage in particular for level 2, working effectively in an office, business communication, payroll, and company law. With the part-time one, which is the day release one, with the subjects that you do on that one, or the units rather, are bookkeeping transactions, bookkeeping controls, elements of costing, using Sage software, and working effectively, in the office. Next slide, please. Okay, so with the 16 to 18-year-olds, we also allow them to go on, work experience. This is where they'll work in an accounting field or related industry in accounting, and get some practical experience to substantiate, their studies, so they can contextualize what they study. Okay. Also for the 16 to 18-year-olds, we've got leap sessions for them and individual tutorials. So if they're struggling in any areas of their course, if they need support, that support is kind of built in so they can access it. Also for the 16 to 18-year-olds, we've got English and maths. So if they didn't quite get the grades that they wanted in GCSEs, they can do maths and English. They can go to classes where they can top up their maths and English, so they can access the full course. Okay, next slide, please. So you might be asking, what qualifications do I need before I can do AAT? Okay, so for AAT level 2, you need 4 GCSEs at grade 4 or above, including English and maths, or level 2 functional skills in English and maths, excellent reference from your previous college or school. And we do require that students who come to our college, we expect them to maintain a 95% attendance, okay? and they need to have a positive attitude towards the study. Thank you very much. Assessment methods, we've got textbooks, question banks. We have a lot of discussions in class which we relate to live information, and we share each other's experiences. We have assignments, and just before you take your exams, we give you like past exam papers, so you can have an idea what the exam's going to be all about. And the computer exams, the assessment method with AAT, they're all computer based. So, and before you do the exams, we'll also give you 2 practices on actual similar situations that you get into the exam. So you'll be well prepared. Providing you commit time and effort to it, there's no reason why you shouldn't pass. Next slide, please. Okay, so you might be asking, what can I do after I've achieved AAT? So upon successful completion of your AAT level 2/3, whether you do diploma or certificate, you can then apply for the following courses. AAT level 3 diploma, that's 6 units and it's equivalent to 3 A levels. You could progress on to the level 4 diploma, which is 6 units, and that's equivalent to your first year of your degree. You could decide to go straight into do a finance degree at DMU or any other university of your choice. You could decide to go into employment, where you could get a job as a sales ledger clerk, purchase ledger clerk, or an accounting assistant. Or you might, after doing level 4, you might decide to go for the other qualifications like your ACCA or ACA. And if you're thinking of going in the area of public accounting, then you'll probably go for the Chartered Institute of Management Accounting. Chartered Institute of Financial Accounting. So there's different options, routes that you can do. Progression, okay, so you can also go into H&D Business Management. At AAT, if you do level 3, if you get a pass, that will entitle you to 40 UCAS points. At a merit, you get 48 UCAS points. At a distinction, 56 UCAS points, okay? So you can use that towards going to university. Next slide, please. Okay, so you might be thinking, what's the cost? So, £70 cost for all students, AAT exams, registration fee, and that includes your print and photocopying. The first time you do your exams, that will be, that's included in your registration fee. But if you have to retake your exams, then it's going to be a £65 to retake the exams rather, and that's going to be, you have to put the cost for that one, okay? So 16 to 18-year-olds, admin fee only, plus books and registration fee. 19 plus during the academic year. 19 to 23, admin fee only, plus registration fee. If this is your first level 3, 24, if you're 24 and above, then you get the full cost. You have to pay the full cost, or you can get a student loan, which is 2,900. Next slide, please. Timetable. This is subject to change, but will normally, for full time, it normally be 3 days a week in college, and it's normally between 9 and 5. Okay, and if it's you're doing the day release one or the part time one, it's going to be 1 full day, normally 9:30 to 4:30. Okay, but you're expected to do extra studying and to support your studies. Next slide, please. Course requirements then, on course requirements. So as I said before, you need to have at least 95% attendance, 95% attendance, and your success is really depend on how much you attend. Okay, so all learners are required to wear the ID badges, and the dress code student, you must dress smart appropriately for all sessions. Next slide, please. Okay, so I've taken you really quickly through the slides. So if there's any questions, then Victoria, I'm happy to take any questions if anybody's got any questions. I can't hear you, Victoria. You're muted.
It's been a long evening, Leroy. Here I am going off on one. No one can hear me.
I can hear you.
But I'm back. If you have any questions, you're watching live, please submit them, but we're going to go to some pre-organized questions that we have regularly when we have open events. So, Leroy, if you could just describe to us, what are the benefits of studying AAT?
Studying AAT opens up it's a professional qualification, and it opens up a wide area of opportunities for you. So one, it demonstrates to the employers that you've got the ability to study at a high level and that you are disciplined. It opens a lot of opportunities in terms of employment, in terms of if you want to go into finances. AAT is a really well recognized qualification, and that just opened doors for you in terms of employers wanting to employ you. So it puts you on a different playing level field, and it demonstrates to the employer that you are disciplined and that you are serious about accounting. And it also demonstrates your competence to deal with figures and also to apply your knowledge to different scenarios.
I could definitely do with some of that. And just following on from that, obviously you've discussed already the different progression routes, but can you just give a few job examples that people can go into following AAT? The term clerk isn't very, it doesn't go around a lot anymore. So I'm not sure if people know what that is. So could you just give a few examples?
Okay, sure. So, for example, say if you do AAT level 3, you could work do bookkeeping. You could do work on sales ledger. You could do purchase ledger. You could work, on payroll. It just opens up quite a lot of opportunities to you in the accounting field. Also, you could join another what you call an accountancy firm as an apprentice, and they can pay for you to continue your studies. So, like I say, once employers see you study the AAT and you're making good progress on it, sometimes they'll even headhunt you. Does that make sense? And
yeah, fantastic that is. I think it's really important to recognise that there are apprenticeships in accounting. A lot of people associate apprenticeships with construction and hair and beauty, but they are all over across different job sectors now. So yes, if you're interested in apprenticeships, I will bring the link towards the end where you can search for accounting apprenticeships that might be available to you. So obviously, one big question we get around jobs is also, how much does a person qualify for AAT earn? So can you give us a ballpark figure?
It depends on the company. That's a really challenging question. It's a good question. Let me give you an example. I think it depends on the firm that you work for, if that makes sense. Say if you qualify AAT level 3, you could get probably 20,000 upwards, depending on the firm and depending on your experience as well. So it all depends on your experience and the firm that's employing you. I know somebody. Well, I've heard of somebody who has had an AAT qualification, and they were getting more than somebody. An AAT qualification, that's like a part qualified accountant. They were getting more than a qualified accountant. So it all depends on how your experience and how you apply yourself and how you progress on. Does that make sense? And the firm that you work for, it really depends.
Interesting. Obviously, there is a difference between public and private sector and the wages in that. So if you are interested in being an accountant, you might want to investigate different jobs that are going right now and see what wages that you'll be really earning once you qualify. So to get qualified, you need to take assessments. Can you just clarify if there are any exams on this course?
Course. So on level 2, you'll be doing 8 papers if you go for the full-time level 2 qualification. So you'll be sitting 8 papers or 8 different units, and I've been through them earlier on. And all of them are exam units, so you have to pass each one of those units in order to qualify for the AAT qualification. Once you've done that, then yes, you do sit exams. So each level you've got, for level 2, you've got 8 exams that you've got to sit, or 5 depending on what route you go for. Level 3, that's another 5 exams that you've got to sit as well. So once you've passed those exams, then you can start looking for jobs.
Fantastic. I just want to clarify as well. So how long do you have to study to be an accountant? I know there's a lot of conflict information out there. So could you just answer that for us, please?
Show me the person and their dedication, then I might be able to answer that question. And what I'm saying is sometimes some people can fast track it, if that makes sense. So you can say it can take up to 3 years, 4 years, even 5 years, depending on how well you cope with the exams. And some people have the ability just to graft everything in. Does that make sense? So yeah. So it really depends on the individual. So I'd say on a ballpark figure, say about 3-4 years.
Yeah, that sounds about right. It does in regards to being an accountant. And obviously, as you go on, you can take more courses in your in part time to improve your qualification. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Well, it just shows to show you don't have to do everything at once. You can build upon your qualifications as you progress in your job roles. And I think one of the questions we do get very often is, why should I complete an AAT qualification over an A-level in accounting? What are the benefits?
It depends what your objective is, what you want to do. So, and it depends what A level. Sorry, why should I complete an AAT qualification over A level in accounting? I think AAT. I think it depends where you want to go. If you want to work in, if you're studying just to how can I put it? Maybe if you want to go to university and you want your qualifications that way, then maybe A level accounting might probably suit you more better in that respect. But if you're, say, studying accounting because you want to work in industry and you're studying the AAT and you want to go straight to a job, then I say the AAT is more relevant because it's more practical, while the A level is more theoretical. Does that make sense? So it relates to more theory.
Yeah.
So if you really want
it also comes down to how you learn as well, don't you? If you're better at exams, you might be more suited to the A level, but if you want to be more practical and go straight out to work after you completed your course, then maybe the AAT qualification will be better suited for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Spot on.
Right. Well, I'm going to wrap up today. I'm just going to put this on the. If you want to check out any of the accounting qualifications in more details, then please do check out our website for all the full course information. I know that Leroy's covered a lot of it today, so you may not want to do that. But as we previously mentioned, we do have apprenticeships in around this area, so please go visit our website or the government website to find out more about those. And if Leroy has really got you interested in accountancy today, then do apply, get on the website. We are accepting applications. So if you're 16 to 18, you'll either do your application through PS16 or directly through us. But if you are over 19, do go on the website and apply directly. Do you have anything else to add today, Leroy?
No, I think you've done an outstanding job, and thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again.
Crossed. Good luck with everyone, and do apply if you're interested in accountancy. Thank you.
Thanks, Victoria.